What's up guys, Intelitech Studios here. Here's a super quick video related to cell phones. This is my Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Now, this phone I have already repaired with a brand new screen. And as you can see, it has a brand new screen on it. I also purchased a brand new back panel. Which I had to take off, and this adhesive might have to be replaced because I got a new battery. So it's a Chinese knockoff battery. It's 3200 milliamp hours instead of 35. It's a third-party battery. The battery that originally came in the Note 7 was 3500 milliamp hours. I'm replacing the battery in this phone for very obvious reasons. Not only because this phone is several years old at this point and the battery is very worn down, but also because the Galaxy Note 7 is well known for a flaw with the device. It was actually recalled because the batteries were overheating and damaging the phones and potentially starting fires. So, this original battery, despite it being the one that came with this phone back in 2016, has not caused any problems like that. The battery isn't swelled, it's in really good condition. But it has worn down a good amount. The battery does not hold a proper charge anymore. If you charge it up to 100% and leave it sitting idle for a few hours, it dies and you can't turn it back on unless you charge it. So this phone has not had any software updates installed that impede the charging. So in fact, this is a phone I have. You've seen this phone before on my channel. That video I did where that video I did where I did a video on how to remove pop sockets from the back of your phone. This is that phone. I know that phone was black. This phone's blue now. That's because I replaced the screen in the back panel. And since I did that, I went ahead and changed them to blue because blue is my favorite color for the Note 7. You can tell the SIM card tray actually is black. I do have a blue one though that I could add to this. Right now it has a Galaxy Note 8 S Pen in it. But everything does work. But just the battery. So I'm going to remove the rest of these screws. So there's one, so I already removed two. I removed one right here and one down here. I'm going to remove this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And this top portion will pop off along with the wireless charging coil. And that will expose the ribbon cable to undo the battery. Now I've removed all these screws. So we're going to lift this up and out of the way. And here is the battery, the original battery. I'm covering this up because there's some IMEI information on this sticker. So you can see this battery is manufactured August 17th, 2016. This Note 7 is a Generation 2 Galaxy Note 7 with the green battery indicator. You can see 3,500 milliamp hours. Made in China, coincidentally just like the new battery. The first generations of these were made in Korea, if I remember correctly. So we're going to undo this connector right here to make sure there is no power going to the phone. Just like that. And that is unclipped. And given the fact that I've removed this battery so many times, I should be able to pop this out relatively easily without too much fuss. So I'm gonna see what I can do. I don't want to do this on camera because I don't want to risk puncturing this, but it's relatively simple to do, just like every other battery. You don't have to worry too much about, you generally have to worry about puncturing battery no matter what phone it is. The Note 7 is no exception. So we're gonna go ahead and lever this out without puncturing the battery, and I should be able to do that with some sort of plastic or metal pry tool, which I'll have to get out of my phone accessories drawer. Alright, here's the new battery installed. It seems to sit a little bit further up in the chassis based on the length of the ribbon cable. It's not hot or anything. The old battery that I pulled out is not warm. You can see the specs on the back of it right there. 13.48 watt hours, 3.85 volts, N90630B06862, and Again, you don't see many videos showing up close of an original Note 7 battery, especially in today's day and age. So you can see the part number right there. Samsung Electronics Japan Limited? It's a bit odd. I would have thought this would have came from Korea. So can't dispose of it in fire. It can't be too hot or too cold. Don't give it to your dog, and don't puncture it with a screwdriver. All pretty standard stuff. But yep. So that's that. There appears to be a little QR code right there. I'm probably going to try scanning that and seeing what happens. Probably not much. Yeah, August 17th, 2016. So this was manufactured before the first recall of the Note 7 happened on September 2nd. So these are manufactured prior. Really feels like they rushed the second release. Had they taken more time with it, then perhaps they would have never actually discontinued the Note 7 prematurely. But who can say? So now we're going to go ahead and put this back on with all the screws, and that'll be back together. We just seal the back panel and we're good. You can also tell this is from the later Galaxy Note Fan Edition because it says N935 instead of N930. So this is designed for a Galaxy Note Fan Edition because it has N935 and it's 3200 milliamps instead of 3600, or excuse me, 3500. 3600 is the Galaxy S7 Edge. But yeah, so. Alright, I squished down the back panel. Didn't reapply any adhesive. I wanted to see if the one that I had on it would stick as long as I reapplied it properly, and so far so good. So, don't know if this battery has any charge. We're about to find out. At least had enough to turn it on. So, I've had really bad luck with these batteries. I will admit, this battery does not... The problem with every battery that I've tried is that they die at around 15-18%. So, if I could still find this battery, I will link it in the description. But just be warned, you're really buying it just to put a safe battery in your Note 7. You're not really buying it to use. If you have a Galaxy Note Fan Edition that's actually designed for, and that's the Note 7 Fan Edition, not the S20 Fan Edition or anything like that. 81% battery, not bad. So it seems much better already. It seems faster too, to be honest. But yeah, so that's pretty good. So far, at least. Hasn't drained a percentage just from a few seconds that it's been here, so that's good. So, yeah. Ooh, bit of lag there. Old phone with no software support, what do you expect? This is obviously on... I have Good Lock installed. This is obviously on Android. Oh, come on, open the settings. There you go. It's going to be a little bit slow since it just started. Of course, all the updates are blocked. Let's look at the info of this phone. So, yep, software update stopped. I fully expect that. Software info. You can see Android 6.0.1. I have the Canadian firmware installed, so the baseband's N930W8, because it's the closest you have to unlocked stock factory firmware on a Snapdragon Note 7. Otherwise, any of the US carrier versions give you all sorts of bloatware and crap that you don't want. So this was originally Verizon, a black Verizon unit. I installed the Canadian firmware on it. It is unlocked, works on any carrier except Verizon, ironically. And that's not due to the firmware, that's just due to the software being blacklisted. If you have a Verizon MVMO, like Visible or Straight Talk, it would still work, just like it would function just like any other blacklisted Verizon phone. So that's fun. So maybe I'll use this for a bit. I wouldn't want to leave the house with it though, because of its rarity and its condition. Now that it's brand new condition, this will be fun to play around with and see how well it holds up in 2022. So yeah, maybe I'll do a phone review for once in a really long time, who knows. Well, this is just a quick video on showing me replacing the battery in my Note7. I didn't do a video on changing the screen of the back panel, but at least I'll do a video on this phone in some capacity. I still have the other Note7s that I got. I don't have the silver Verizon one, but I did get a silver AT&T one. So, and there's a screen on eBay that I'm going to buy, because I still have one more Note7 that's water damaged, and I'm going to try to revive that one of these days. So that should take care of that. So yeah, pretty interesting, in my opinion at least. Did Dylan get a DCO1? What? Oh, that's cool. Anyways, this is Inteltech Studio signing out. See you guys in the next video. I hope you'll have a good one. So, the section where the battery isn't that warm. The part up here where the motherboard is, and especially on the side here where the board is, it's a little bit warm. It's not too bad. So that's fun. This is still my favorite phone of all time. It sucks about the recall. It's so comfortable to hold. I love the front-mounted fingerprint sensor. Very nice. So, Inteltech Studio signing out. See you guys in the next video, and I hope you all have a good one. Peace.